celebrating our 10th anniversary season with the play tonight. There's 10 stories. 10 years, 7 stories, sorry. I'm Carolyn Tallman. I'm a member of the board of directors, and I've been involved from the beginning. And so I'm really proud to be able to be here and celebrate with the company with this exciting anniversary and milestone.
Settlement School in the fall of 1928. We had to go part of the way in the creek in what they call a mail hack, which was new to me. And we stayed until I graduated in 1934. That's where I first met her. Miss May Stone, co-founder of the Hyman Settlement School.
Papa had led the three of us, my brother, my sister, and me, down the cobblestone paths and up the steep wooden steps to hillside to find her. The three of us sat on a short, unpainted wooden bench in her office and listened as the two of them discussed whether there'd be room for us.
Now, this was on a Sunday night before school was to start on Monday. My father had been in the graduating class of 1911. Well, this is where he wanted us to be. The picture of Miss Stone that night remains vivid still.
Her white hair, flat and wavy above her low forehead and drawn back into a bun. The gold chain hanging from her glasses over blue eyes that were pleasant, alert, surveying.
But also accepting. Her gentle, low voice, it exuded from her and filled me with awe.
It did not take long for her to tell Papa that she would make room for us. That night, we began to incur debt we would never be able to pay.
And listen, now I am 84 years old, and one of the advantages of being older is there's not many advantages, but this is one of them. You can look back over your life and see the decisions you made and the things that happened and how one thing led to another and so forth. And
I am just so grateful that they put us here.
They gave us a whole new world, and I hope that will come out here. The things I'm truly grateful for. A favorite thing I wanted to thank her for was silent climbs up
Rest House Hill on Easter morning to greet the sun. We'd all line up, all facing east, and then someone who knows when would start an Easter song.
I come to the garden alone,
while the dew is still on the roses, and the voice I hear falling on my ear, the Son of God discloses, and He walks with me, and He talks with me, and He tells me I
a herald to the fact that the settlement answered the needs of a growing girl.
That's what it did. It answered the needs of a growing girl.
Values.
Acceptance.
Acceptance.
Ambition.
Ambition.
Thank you.
The children are not the only ones who have had to cross a mountain to reach their goal. The Depression has meant ceaseless worry and scheming for us, for we have not wanted to give up a single one of our boys and girls. You, our friends, have remained faithful to us throughout the struggle, and we will be ever grateful for your help. Every contribution has its share in the work. Smaller gifts surprisingly add up to the larger necessary sums. Every gift will make the way a bit less hard for a mountain child. Please send what you can. Sincerely yours, Elizabeth Watts, 1934.
Oh, hello. I hope I'm not disturbing you.
You can come in. I'm real busy.
It's so nice to finally meet you. I'm Miss Carey.
Rebecca called.
I've missed seeing Lizzie down at the school. She's doing such good work. I was wondering if perhaps she was ill.
Ma'am, I need my daughter here with me. There's too much snow and cold now for her to go traipsing down your way to learn how to set a table. She's got plenty to do right here.
Oh, ma'am, I understand. It is getting very cold now, and that's another reason why I've come. I'd like to invite Lizzie to come stay down at the school for the winter months so she can keep up with her work. She has been learning so much.
What's she been learning so much of? Me and her pa teach her all she needs to know right here. The way I see her, we've done right by her whole life. I don't see any call to change that now.
Well, the world is changing now, very quickly.
Is it?
Yes, it is. And we simply desire to help prepare your daughter and the people of the mountains for these changes. You and your husband have done a wonderful job with Lizzie. She is a wonderful girl.
Yes, she is.
But there's simply no way that you could prepare her for the changes that are coming into the mountains. I'm sure you've done the best you could with what you have.
What don't I have?
Well, we're teaching your daughter how to read. And that gift will help prepare her for this new world.
You want to prepare my daughter? Seems to me like the only thing you've been teaching her is to be embarrassed of her calling me. Telling us we don't cook our food right and we don't keep our house right. Why don't we better ourselves? You need to know this. I'm proud of the world she's living in now. I'm mighty proud of the world she has right here with me. Not one of you queer women has a man or a real home to look after. And you can't no way prepare my daughter.
Mrs. Cottle, I never meant to offend you or your home. I'm simply trying to offer a gift to Lizzie of room and board for the winter months. She has such a bright, creative mind, as I'm sure you know. And we want to offer her an opportunity for a change. A change in her life.
I see what you're saying. The way I see it, I see exactly what you're saying. You see it that me and Lizzie could change. Well, you're wanting to change me says something to me about the person you think I am now. And the person you think I have been before you came along. And what that says to me about what you think is insult. We have a safe trip back down the mountain, Miss Carey. First grade teacher, yeah. She didn't like me much. Told me I was stupid and that I just wasn't doing my work to spite her. Told me I couldn't do this, couldn't do that. Terrible.
terrible. I had a teacher in the first grade. She was, I don't remember. She was disgruntled, and I couldn't do any of the work, and they considered me to be retarded.
And that's how I felt. After she said that, I felt like I couldn't do anything. I got real down on myself. I felt like I really couldn't do anything at all.
That's how I was treated. I couldn't write. Nobody ever bothered to teach me because they considered me to be retarded.
Aaron Jones, class of 1998.
John Stump, class of 2001.
The James Still Learning Center at the Hyman Settlement School.
What on earth are you doing here? Get in here.
I came to apologize for yesterday. I realized that I was unfair and unkind when I suggested that you be parted from your daughter. I was wondering if, rather than Lizzie coming to stay down at the school, if I would be allowed to visit. I brought her a primer. I'd like to read with her once a week here in your home, if you would permit it.
Well, I don't know why you make your first visit on the coldest night of the year. Sit down by the fire there and stop shivering. I thought you ladies knew what you were doing. You should know not to string us out in the cold night air on a night like this. Oh, I can't listen to you breathe like that a second longer. I'm going to bring you some salve from the pantry.
No, I'm fine. I'll just see the nurse when I get back to the school.
With a cough like that, you won't wait through the night. Now undo that high collar. This has to go flat on your chest. Don't mind the smell.
Oh, what's in that?
Quit talking. I'm the only one on the mountain still makes that salve. I don't have a recipe written down for it anywhere. I just kind of do it by feel. Guess nobody else has a feel for it.
I can already feel it working. My lungs are just opening right up. This would be so useful down at the school. There's a girl there that coughs so badly most nights, and I don't think she can help it. I would love to be able to make this for her.
Well, I've been aiming to teach Lizzie one of these days. I intend she'll make it for her own babies. Cold night air in the mountains can freeze a person's lungs up real bad.
I'd like to learn too.
Well, we'll see about lessons in the morning.
I think there's a tendency to be skeptical, of some folks coming in and what their motives are, but I think that commitment is far more important than being from the community. I think the success of the Hyman Settlement School is the fact that the Hyman Settlement School was not an institution hoisted off on the people. It was an institution that began because the people asked them to come in and do this. And every time there was a major catastrophe, and Miss Stone and Miss Pettit and later Miss Watts felt like they were going to have to pack up their bags and leave, it was someone on the local level, the bank, a store, or local people who said, we can't lose this institution. What do we need to do to keep it? The settlement school has been a survivor. I'll never measure up to what Miss Stone and Miss Watts gave and all the wonderful people who came in and gave their lives to this place. But my goal is to do my share within my tenure to provide everything I can do for the next one who comes along to keep it a survivor. Mike Mullins, Director of the Hyman Settlement School, June 7th, 2001.